Alright guys, what is up? It's Mr. Choppa here. So today I'm going to be talking about the 5 most effective exercises for gaining muscle and strength. And if you do these 5 exercises, they're like groups, like of movements, you'll gain muscle from your neck all the way down to your calves. Alright, so the first type of exercise is a vertical pulling motion. You need to have some sort of vertical pulling motion in your program. So a vertical pulling motion can be a lat pull down if you're not strong enough to do a pull-up yet, an assisted pull-up or pull-up machine where you can do assisted pull-ups and chin-ups, or weighted pull-ups and chin-ups. Those would go in the vertical pulling motion. Those would build up your biceps, your latissimus dorsi, also known as your lats, and the various stabilizers as well. But we know that your stabilizers would be worked more in the weighted bodyweight exercises like the weighted chin-up and weighted pull-up. Your stabilizers would be much more taxed there. Like your core would work there compared to a lat pull down. Either way, for those vertical pulling motion, those are important to build those pulling muscles, like your biceps, your lats, and your rhomboids to an extent. And also, deadlifts would also go to this vertical pulling motion as well. One of the most important compound exercises. And then we have the vertical pushing motions. So the vertical pushing motions are what's going to build your, boulders for shoulders. Boulders for shoulders. It's going to work those trapezius muscles to an extent, yes. And it's also going to work your triceps as well. And then during the eccentric portions, your bicep as well to an extent in your core and the various stabilizers. And these vertical pushing motions are the overhead press, the standing overhead press. And by the way, these have to be preferably standing, okay? Not sitting down. You have to be standing because it does activate more muscles and the more stabilizers. So an overhead press, standing overhead press, a push press, and a jerk can go in there as well. A jerk can go in there as well. And those muscles will build the upper body fairly well. But if you just did that, you're missing something. You're missing, you want to get those huge chesticles and, those huge juicy chesticles and big triceps. Chesticles, I got that from this one other guy. When he first said it, I was like, I started laughing. But anyways, these horizontal pushing motions are like, for example, your bench press is a horizontal pushing motion, and it works your chest and your triceps, and again your trapezius to an extent because of scapular retraction. And not just, the bench press, obviously with the barbell, but the dumbbell bench press too. Any sort of, obviously the incline bench press and the decline bench press can go there as well. Just some sort of, just a press that you're laying down flat on your back, and you're pushing the weight horizontally upward. And the next one is a horizontal pulling motion. Now, a horizontal pulling motion is a motion that it's gonna build your latissimus dorsi as well to an extent, and it's gonna target the rhomboids a little bit more. The rhomboids, rhomboid major, rhomboid minor, the ones in the back, and these can also usually go with your sits muscles as well. So your muscles around your scapula, the sits muscles are your subscapularis, infraspinatus, your teres minor, and your subscapularis. Did I already said that? Shit, I think I already said that, but anyways. So anyways, these horizontal pulling muscles are, for example, you're rowing. So some sort of row, so preferably a barbell row. Pendlay row can go in here. Face pulls can go in here. Face pulls are really good because they target the rhomboids and the rear delts, and the scapular, the muscles that stabilize the scapula as well. Okay, so once you do have these horizontal pulling motions down, your body's still not complete. You're not your muscle and strength is not fully complete because you've only done half of the body. What about the other half, the lower half? Well, you need to do some form of squat. Well, for a beginner, they would learn the back squat first, preferably because the front squat requires more mobility. It requires more thoracic extension. It requires more core stabilization. It's typically not something you would want to give to a beginner due to all of those factors. But yeah, some sort of squat, back squat, a front squat, some sort of squat with a barbell. Those are the only two that I really recommend, front squat or back squat. Or if you're not strong enough to do a front squat with a barbell, or a back squat, I'm sorry, with a barbell yet, you can do goblet squats. It's in essence a type of front squat, kind of, where you just have a dumbbell and cradle it like a bowl of soup, kind of like in the front of your body. That's why they call it a goblet squat, because you hold it like a goblet, like a bowl. And you do squats with it to gain strength enough so that you can finally do the empty barbell, which is typically 45 pounds. You can back squat the barbell. So yeah, guys, the 5 most effective exercises for gaining muscle and strength are these 5 motions: vertical pulling, vertical pushing motion, horizontal pulling motion, and a horizontal pushing motion, and a squat. And now, guys, I'm not saying that you should not do isolation movements. They have their place, and you can do them as well. But compound movements, they're called compound movements for a reason. They work multiple muscle groups at once. So they develop the body. A lot better than just doing purely isolation. Alright, guys, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, comment down below, and don't forget to like the video. Until the next one.